Once it locks up like this, usually I find that you just can't go back to doing anything without a complete reset of both the stereo and the phone. And I'll go ahead and try it again, but yeah, blank screen. This should be showing the media player on the display, so we'll go ahead and stop and reset the system. And now we're back after a full reset, and this involves disconnecting the battery cable and rebooting the phone. Sometimes just doing one or the other fixes it, but really you can't count on that. Many times it doesn't. So now we'll go through the same startup process again. You see that it's just trying to connect to the phone right now, and that'll take a little while. Also, after the reset, then you have to readjust the angle of the display if you had it at anything but the 0 position. Now the app's icon is selectable again. Well, no, maybe not. And once again, sometimes you just don't know what this thing is doing. So it's still trying to connect. Note that after we try to connect, we'll have to go through the same break goofiness and hit allow on the phone again to make it work at all. So yes, this means every time you get in the vehicle, you're going to have to pull the parking brake up and back down. As most of us really don't use the parking brake, we just put the car in park. So now we'll try and play media again, and this time it does actually fire up the media player. It just takes a little while, and you'll see it has a great display. You can do things like slide on the screen, pause and play. But notice also that there aren't any hardware buttons, so you always have to look at the display to make any changes to the audio that's playing. And look what happens if I exit the media application. The system goes dark. I have no way to control the audio anymore, and I can't do anything on the screen. So it's showing me a representation of the iPhone screen, but it actually doesn't do anything at all on the screen. So now if I want to pause or change tracks, I've got to go back through the entire apps process, start the application, hit allow on my phone, wait for the controller app to load. Let's try navigating somewhere. While I'm listening, let's try navigating. So what it does is actually fires up the Waze app on the phone, but look at how the display is screwed up. That's because it's trying to show the screen just as a copy of the screen. So now you have to grab your phone again, turn it sideways, and look what it does. I can't touch the screen. The touchscreen functionality for navigation does not work on the device. You have to use it on your phone. Pretty ridiculous, pretty useless. Why would I even bother? I would just do it on the phone. So let's go back over to the apps and see if the built-in mapping is any better. Of course, I have to go through the same ridiculous process of allowing the app to run on the phone and waiting for it to connect. You can have more than one screen full of apps. In this case, I only have one, so that's why it didn't scroll. So let's go ahead and try the built-in Maps application. So that starts up in a default view. You can see you have your typical Google Maps type of views. If you want it to show you where you actually are, you have to press the location button, and then it'll zoom in. Doesn't do anything. All it does is show you the exact location where you are. It has no navigation capabilities. So let's say I want to pause my music or skip to the next track. Now I've got to fire up the media player again, which you can